What's up, y'all? We are back, y'all. Love After Lockup is back. Y'all know I am excited about this because Love After Lockup is what brought your girl to YouTube. So they are back. They have a brand new season. They have a brand new cast, and this is review for episode 1, and we finna jump right into it. So they're giving us 6 couples this season, and we're gonna start right at the motherfucking top with y'all, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, so I don't know if it's DAONTE or DAONTE. I'm gonna get that together by the next review, but for this review I'm just gonna call his ass DAONTE, okay? So we have DAONTE. DAONTE is 33 years old. He says that his relationship history is pretty sad, but he has a job, he has his own place, he has a car. He feels like he's a pretty good looking man, so he doesn't understand why everything keeps going so left with him, but nevertheless he's a hopeless romantic. Let's see, the love of his life actually calls. Her name is Nicole, and they have been together for a 1.5 years. She is locked up for robbery, but she's actually getting ready to come home soon, okay? DAONTE says that he has definitely been faithful to Nicole, but he has a high sex drive. So Mr. DAONTE has what's called a torso toy, okay? And he shows us the toy, and he was like, yeah, once upon a time the holes that are in this toy used to be a lot smaller. So, you know, I guess he's been spending a lot of time with this toy. And, you know, if you want to be faithful to your woman, trust me, I'm down for it. I'm all about it. But I'm going to tell y'all where he threw me off. He said, well, I guess I better clean you up. And that bitch went and threw the toy in the dishwasher. I said, what in the nasty is this? Because if it's a toy and it's got holes in it and you want it to get clean, whatever's in the toy is coming out in your dishwasher. And that very moment let me know you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be plenty of time for me to go in on your empty toothpaste body shaped ass, like, because you threw this toy in with dishes in your dishwasher. But even if that bitch was empty, you threw a sex toy in a dishwasher. Like, I was befuddled. Like, I couldn't get my shit together when he threw that in there. Like, I hope to God that he just did that to be funny because the cameras was there, even though I didn't find nothing about it funny. But I was very much disturbed. Like, DAONTE, you don't ever have to worry about me coming to your house. You don't ever have to worry about me eating your food. Like, honey, at this point I can't even ride in your car because I don't know what you got going on, for real. But, you know, let's just move on because the toy done disturbed me. I'm disturbed. He also lets us know that Nicole is, did I say how old he was? Y'all, DAONTE is 33. I don't know if I said that or not. Not that it matters. But yeah, he lets us know that Nicole is a white girl, but she's never been with a black man. So so he said that he is ready to put the wham bam thank you ma'am on her, to the point where once she goes black, she's just never going back. He feels very confident in that. So I'm assuming that, you know, DAONTE feels like he definitely got that schlong, you know what I'm saying? He got that hammer and he ready to, you know what I'm saying? He just need a little nail so that he can do what he do on that thing with Nicole. You know, that's how he's feeling about it, okay? So then he has his best friend come over. His best friend's name is Derek, and he wants Derek to come in his room and look at everything that he has purchased Nicole for her, you know, welcome home starter kit, if you will. Okay, so Derek is grazing the bed, and he is in dismay because he's trying to figure out why in God's name does somebody that's coming fresh out of jail need a brand new iPad, some earpods, an iPhone, Victoria's Secret clothes, Michael Kors, and then I think he opened up a box and it was $1,000 in cash in there for she can go to the store and purchase whatever else that she may need besides that. So Derek is very much confused, as well was I, because I'm like, okay, like, she need to be getting a job and purchasing some of this stuff for herself. Like, what? But yeah, nevertheless, Derek said what any best friend would say, and he was like, so I'm looking at about $3,000 worth of shit on this bed. So you're telling me that you bought you a white girl? Like, congratulations. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you at this point, because you just put a down payment on a white girl. And and so at this point, Dante was just sitting back looking crazy. He's like, you know, he doesn't feel like he's done anything. He doesn't feel like he's gone above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? He just feels like he did what any decent man would do for their woman, regardless whether she's coming out of jail or, you know, coming out of heaven. It really doesn't matter to him. So, you know, he's not letting what Derek's saying sway him in any type of way. So Derek did his confessional, and he said that, you know, apparently his homeboy is gonna do what the fuck he want to do, but if you ask him, he said if you ask him, this shit is gonna be fucked up. The next scene, he goes to visit his mom, and he's going over there to tell his mom that Nicole is getting out in 2 days. And, you know, he's like, I just need to lay down some ground rules. So, first of all, mama is already looking at him crazy like, bitch, you don't come in here laying down shit. Now, that's just number one. But you go ahead, say whatever you gonna say. And then he says, well, you know, Nicole is coming home, and I just want you to welcome her with open arms. And she says, sister, I can't do that. I can't go for that. Oh no, no can do. I can't go for that. Can't go for that. Mama can't go for that, because she said that this particular relationship you're in with Nicole is very similar to the relationship that you just got out of. And this is a relationship that caused you to move back in with me, and you didn't even have a car. You lost your car because this girl took you for everything you had. And he was like, oh no, Nicole is nothing like Chelsea. And so at this point, the brother can't even enjoy his meal, because the brother looking like, the fuck if this ain't like Chelsea? Like, she's an inmate, right? Yeah. She's a white girl, right? Yeah. She's a blonde-haired white girl, right? Yeah. She's young, right? Yeah. How is this not similar, bruh? Like, so they said that the relationship with Chelsea was so bad that this man's bank account was depleted. Like, this man's bank account was non-existent because Chelsea went in and she went the fuck in. Like, so they just feel like Nicole is in that same lane. Like, you're not to be trusted. And until Nicole gets out and shows them otherwise, they're not welcoming her with open arms. And I don't blame them, because the mama said that as soon as the relationship was over with Chelsea, he jumped right in with Nicole. Like, it wasn't even really no break in between it, for real. So yeah, I just feel like DAONTE is somewhat of a glutton for punishment. And then when the mama did the confessional, she was like, you know, I just don't know what the hell is wrong with him. So, you know, she's trying to figure out why the hell his screwdriver built ass don't understand. Like, you cannot just welcome a complete stranger with open arms. And that's just like the best friend Derek was trying to tell him. Like, again, you got $3,000 worth of stuff in your house right now for somebody that you've only had conversation with. You know what I'm saying? What has this girl done to show to you and to prove to you that she's deserving of all of this stuff? That she, you know, that she's even really dedicated to you for real. She hasn't offered you anything but conversation. And then at some point in the dinner, the mama was like, well, have you already been spending money on her? And he was like, yeah, you know, I dropped a little something. And the brother was like, what's a little something? And he was like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30,000. And both of them looked like they wanted to get up and slap his ass with the damn mashed potatoes with the strength of God. Because it's like, the mama said, what in the hell can a person that's behind bars do with $20,000 or $30,000? What was she doing with that money? And he was like, you know, Ma, this commissary is just stuff that you need. If you feel like that girl needed $30,000 worth of commissary in a year, when you got people out here working fast food jobs, warehouse jobs, and all other kind of jobs that's barely making $30,000 a year, and you thought she needed that behind bars, boy, you is in for a rude ass awakening.
Call it take to make some boy wipe off her hurt and drop down flat.
Y'all, DAONTE is gonna get on my nerves, and I know I'm going to really have to go in on his ass at some point before this season is over, but I'm gonna let off of him right now, and we're gonna go on to the next couple. Okay, next couple we have is Brittney and Ray. Brittney is the dummy. So Brittney is 33, and Brittney says that she is bougie, but you know, she likes her a bad boy. That's just what she likes. And we know that that's how she's got what I call the Nunu syndrome. You know what I'm saying? You live in the suburbs, you're really particular about certain things, but you're just attracted to a bad boy. You just want to be around somebody that's very hardcore and protective. You know what I'm saying? So that is what Brittney got going on. She says that her and Ray have been dating for about 9 months, and they ended up meeting on Facebook. She said that they had one mutual friend or some shit like that, and as they were talking, I think she said one day they started video chatting with each other, and she realized that he was incarcerated. But I guess, you know, the conversation had already, you know, wrapped her up so much at that point that she didn't really care, because she's already attracted to the bad boy persona anyway. So it's like, shit, you doing jail time, like, you know what I'm saying, you done made her coochie jump a little bit. But yeah, so anyway, Ray is locked up for selling drugs. He's basically a dope boy, and just like most rookie ass dope boys, or you know, maybe he was a big time dope dealer at some point. All them ninjas get caught up at some point. So Ray is no different, but he's actually getting ready to come home. So what she does is goes to this boutique, and she walks in the boutique and she's asking the ladies to find her something that is, you know, fitting and sexy, and you know, just looking like come and get me. The ladies that work in the boutique are trying to, you know, help her find something. They're like, oh, do you like shiny, you like glittery? And she's like, yeah. And then at some point her friends arrive, and then they start helping her find something to wear as well. So while she's shopping, of course, she's updating them on everything that's going on with her and Ray. And she says that she's definitely not in a hurry to tell her parents about Ray, because 5 years ago she was in a relationship with a bad boy, and it got to the point where the relationship was violent. You know, it was a little domestic abuse going on there, and it was just really what did her mama kept saying? Traumatizing. The mama said that it was very traumatizing for her. I do understand the mom when she says that that was a traumatizing situation for her. And Brittany said that it was a traumatizing situation for her. But Brittany is just looking at it like, okay, that was that person. It was 5 years ago. I like who I like. My parents need to get over it because I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? She said that that relationship ended by her actually having to call the police on her lover, and I'm assuming that that was the last that they ever dealt with each other. So child, Brittany like her a for real bad boy. Okay, so the friends are like, well, what are you gonna do to get your parents to accept him or whatever? And she said that, you know, she just really don't feel like the parents will be accepting of Ray, but they just really just need to go on and get their shit together because it's happening. So we're just gonna have to stay tuned and see what goes on between Brittany and Ray and these parents, because child, we already know that this is about to be a hot mess, because Ray looked like he about thugged out, and the parents look like they are for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something. So this is about to be a mess. The next couple is Rachel and Doug. Rachel is the dummy, and she is 35. Okay, Rachel is 35, and she said that she is actually an ex-Marine. She's an ex-Marine that has been attracted to bad boys pretty much all her life. And her and Doug ended up meeting online. Most of these people met online. She says that she has known Doug for a year and a half, and he is locked up for felony firearm possession and home invasion. Now, I think she said the home invasion happened when he was 17, and then the felony firearm possession is the most recent thing that he's doing time for. But yeah, child, either way it go, Doug can't get his shit together. And she actually says that they are married. They married each other 10 months into the relationship. And she says that she knows that Doug has control issues, but she kind of likes it. And she explained it as it's his way of flexing. That's what she said. His control is his way of just kind of flexing his muscles and feeling like the big man on campus. Okay, but I was like, so you look like the type that just kind of wants your head beat in, because when she was explaining why she likes bad boys, she said because, you know, in the bedroom, she likes things a certain way. You know what I'm saying? She likes to get a little nasty. She likes to be a little kinky. And she wants you to go ahead and knock that thing out the box. So in the midst of that going on, if you tap her head on the headboard a couple of times and she get a little knot, a little bruise up there, that just means that the session went well. You know, it's not a concern for her at all. So, you know, you got to watch out for bitches like Rachel, because you're an ex-Marine. And don't get me wrong, I'm not judging, because everybody likes who they like. But it's just like, when you see certain stuff, when you can tell that this man has that much of control issues, imagine what he's going to do when he actually gets home. And when he's actually in your face, like, girl, you're not going to be able to move. So, like, it's just no ping on God's green earth that's going to make me or allow me to put up with no foolishness like that. But I understand people like what they like. So long story short, Rachel likes a little control. You know what I'm saying? She likes for her man to be on the aggressive side. She says she can't see herself with a lawyer or a banker because they just not gonna put it down the way that she needed to be put down. So whatever you like, Rachel, you can have whatever you like. Doug Jr., y'all. Now check this out. So Doug has a 12-year-old son. So we're gonna call him Little Dougie. Little Dougie came to live with Rachel about 3 months ago. And so when Doug ended up calling Rachel from the jail and Rachel was trying to explain to him that Little Dougie was being a lazy little brat and was not really doing what she asked him to do, he was like, yeah, you know, because you baby him and you let him do what he want to do, and you need to just go in there and make him do it, and da 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 da. Like, he didn't say, well, let me speak to him, let me, you know, let me talk some sense into him, or, you know, maybe try this tactic. Doug didn't say none of that shit. Doug was really going off on Rachel like, you know, he's the child, you're the grown up, and you need to get that shit together. Whatever he got going on, that's your fault. And I was just like, okay. And Lord have mercy, Rachel had Doug on speakerphone. So not only did he throw egg in your face, like, your friends heard it, we heard it, and so she couldn't do nothing but scrounge her face up and was like, oh, he's a little cranky. No, bitch, you think? I don't even think he was cranky. I think that's just a regular Doug, because later on in the episode, Little Dougie had something to say about his daddy as well. Okay, yeah, so Rachel lets us know that she has had Little Dougie every weekend for about a year, but for the last 3 months since the panorama hit, and you know, they've been doing like the online schooling and all of that, she said that he has been permanently living there with her for the last 3 months because his biological mother is struggling with drug addiction. So, you know, that's unfortunate to hear that, you know, your mother is struggling with a drug addiction and your father is doing a stint in prison. So it's just kind of like, where does that leave such a young child? And so all we've seen Little Dougie doing so far is just kind of numbing out in his room playing the game. And Rachel said something to him at one point about playing the game, and I think she said that, you know, kind of like, you know, when your dad comes home, like, he's not gonna want you playing that game, but I'm gonna try to have your back or whatnot. But it's like, honey, if he running over you over the phone, you already know you're not about to override nothing that he's saying in that house. And if he don't want his biological son playing video games, then he not gonna be playing video games. But my thing is this: as long as Little Dougie is not being disrespectful on the games, as long as he's not consuming the entire day. Now, I do feel like I'm one of those parents that feels like, you know, kids should only have an allotted amount of time per day on like video games and stuff like that. I try my best. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, on the weekends I let my daughter just go ham and do whatever she gonna do with her phone and tablet and whatever else. But, you know, during the week you get, I think I do 2 hours. Yeah, during the week you get 2 hours. So I don't care how you get that in. If you want to do 30 minutes in the morning when you wake up, and do another hour and a half once you get home from school, or, you know, however you want to break that down, I'm giving you 2 hours. And, you know, sometimes I feel like that's too much. But as long as, you know, she's keeping up with her grades and things like that, then I don't have a problem with it. But when your grades and stuff start to slip, then that's when you start taking away. So as long as y'all are not letting Little Dougie just drown himself in these video games, letting him drown himself in a tablet, letting him drown himself on all of this stuff that you can see on social media. Don't let him always keep his head buried in some type of electronics. You know what I'm saying? When a child is in that fragile of a situation, spend time with him. Quality time is the best thing that you can do for him, because I'm sure he's in a position to where he doesn't feel as loved as the people that he might see around him. You know what I'm saying? When he goes to school, I know he hear people talking about what they mama do for them, what they daddy do for them, what they grandma do for them. I'm sure, you know, when they have certain events at school, you got the parents showing up, and the parents look all nice and pressed and pristine and all this and that and the third, and then here come your daddy looking like thug life. You know what I'm saying? Here come your mama looking like she just hit a bump. Y'all gotta take notice to stuff like that, because little Dougie will be the type of little child that just grows up to be a bully for no reason, because he felt like he was dealt a bad hand. Little Dougie will end up being strung out on drugs because he don't feel that love. Will be the one to, you know, go out and do the same thing his daddy did with this robbery and these firearms and all of this stupid shit, because he feels like nobody cares. So don't let him just stay cooped up in that room like that. So I mean, and I know, I understand, Rachel, you know, you're new at this, and as quiet as it's kept, you're a better woman than I ever be. Because if my man is in jail and you want me to go get out and get your preteen child, like, all of that shit is just way too much for me anyway. But that's just my 2 cents on that whole little stepmom, step parent type of situation. So, you know, I got my fingers crossed for you, little Dougie, and I say a little prayer for you. So, Rachel also asked little Dougie, like, you know, how are you gonna feel when your dad comes home? You know he's coming home in 3 days, so how are you gonna feel? And he said, like, I'm gonna punch him in his stomach for being such a douche. Okay, you're gonna punch your daddy. Alright, okay. I do understand that he has been a deadbeat dad. So okay, you're gonna punch him in the stomach. And he was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna punch his ass in the stomach, but then I'm gonna give him a hug and welcome him home. And I said, okay, alright, little Dougie, like, you know, he deserves that. Big Doug deserves that. So yeah, however y'all communicate. Let's see what's next. He said, oh, then she asked him, like, how do you think your dad's gonna be when he gets here? And he was like, you know, I just think that it's gonna be a lot of rules and it's gonna be a lot of things going on in this house that I don't like. But at the end of the day, little Dougie just wants them to be a real family. And that's why I just said everything that I said before this, because at the end of the day, like I said, he's a preteen and he's just longing for that love and that attention. This is a very fragile stage in his adolescence, and this is a very critical time and a very sensitive time when he just, like, I just can't think of nothing else to say, but he just needs to feel it. He needs to feel it, and he needs to know. Like, I'm telling y'all, I've been fat as long as fat has ever existed. And it was nothing nobody could ever say to me in school that would hurt my feelings. Now, you know, by the grace of God, I was never one of those kids that got bullied or picked on, you know, on a consistent basis. But I've told y'all stories before about how people will always put a big this or a fat this, or, you know, always make some kind of little comment about my weight. They will put that in front of my name. And, you know, none of that ever bothered me because I had so much love at home. When I tell you, my grandma, my great-grandma, my cousins, like, when I tell you, my family hyped me up, and they never let me feel like I was ugly. I was, you know, I'm too big to be, you know, feeling like I'm cute. None of that. Like, And that's why people always say that it starts at home. That is a very, very true statement. And that's a statement that has always stuck with me. And I instill that in my kids. Nobody can tell listen, my daughter had a situation go on at school not too long ago where not one but two kids was trying to kind of pick with her a little bit. And when I tell you, she got their ass together so quick. And it didn't even bother her. It didn't even bother her. And it was to the point where, you know, she got them together to the point where she said they was just staring and they just had their mouth open because they couldn't believe how she had gathered them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it starts at home. And that's what I hope y'all can instill in Doug, because I can just see Doug going down the wrong path if y'all don't do this thing right. Like, I promise you, I see it. So that's why I'm just running my mouth like I am, because I'm nervous. I'm nervous for Doug, okay? Anyway, I'm done playing Dr. Felicia. Let's move on to our next couple. We have Courtney and Josh. Courtney is 30 years old, and she said that this is her third marriage, okay? So she's 30, going on her third marriage. I don't think you guys heard me. I'm gonna say it one more time. Courtney is 30 and she's going on her third marriage, okay? Yeah. That let me know something was wrong with Courtney right there, but we're just gonna move on. Courtney says that she ended up meeting Josh at her place of employment. And I said, okay, you know, that's cute. It's nothing wrong with, you know, meeting a little somebody at the job. But she said that at the time, she was a corrections lieutenant and he was an inmate. So, Courtney, you one of them. You one of them. Okay, we'll see you. Now, she said that she ended up falling for Josh because as a corrections lieutenant, she was able to pull some of his letters, and she used to actually read his letters. And in a lot of them, she said that he was expressing himself, and he used to express how, you know, he didn't feel loved, he didn't feel understood, and he was just, you know, would just write about how people really don't get him. And she said that that just tugged at her heartstrings because she feels that same way about herself. She feels like people just don't get her. And in a few minutes, you guys will understand why people don't get her and people don't really understand her. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's see. She said they got married 6 months into their relationship in what's called a double proxy marriage. Now, y'all, I had never heard of this. I didn't know if it's legal. I still don't know if it's legal. But apparently, a double proxy marriage is when two people stand in place of you. So, Josh wasn't available to show up at the wedding. And Courtney was not available to show up at the wedding. So, they took motherfucking Jack and Jill and put Jack and Jill right there. And then that was the marriage for Courtney and Josh. Interesting. Then Courtney explains how they denied Josh's parole to her house because she is on probation. Why is she on probation? For dating his motherfucking ass. That's exactly why she's on probation, because she said that she used to go up there on the weekends and she would switch her wigs and stuff out to be, you know, incognito. So, you know, if you want to say that, if you will. But she said about 8 weeks of her doing that, she ended up getting caught. You know, at some point, it's like, well, bitch, don't you work here? Like, how you thought switching your wig up was going to make me not recognize that you was you? Us black women switch our hair every other goddamn day. So, I still gonna know. Like, y'all, you can go, you click on my channel right now. You can come back to this in a minute. Click on my channel right now, and I promise you, you can close your eyes and click any video you want to on my channel. My hair is probably not gonna look the same. It damn sure ain't gonna look like this. This is just me getting ready to go to bed. So what I'm trying to say is, regardless of how my hair is, I still look like me. I'm still P-Hope. So how the hell Courtney thought that she was just gonna keep flipping these wigs? I don't know if they let you wear sunglasses in that hole. I don't know if she had a gold grill in sometime, a missing tooth the next time, some fire red lipstick. I don't know. I don't know what she was doing. But that ass got caught. And so they gave her 60 days incarceration and 2 years of probation. Okay. She says that she has a feeling that even after they come off the paperwork, that law enforcement is still going to be fucking with them and, you know, not letting them actually live together. So, you know, it's just like the situation with, the crazy them from last year. You remember when Christiana ass couldn't come home because the sister was on probation. So Christiana couldn't be there unless the sister left. So it's that same situation. So, you know, he can't come home because she's on probation and she still got 2 years. So it's just like, I don't know what the hell y'all gonna do. Let's see. So the next morning, Courtney is up and at it, and she is ready to pick her husband up from prison, child. And y'all, okay. She's up, she's ready. I don't know if that was her best friend, her sister. I don't know who the hell that was in the car with her, but it's her and somebody riding together. So what their master plan is for the best friend to drop Courtney ass off somewhere so she can put on this motherfucking pickle outfit. Courtney wants to put on a pickle outfit because one of the things that her and Josh got a huge chuckle out of was a card of a big ass pickle, and the pickle is saying, "I'm kind of a big deal." They enjoyed it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It didn't move me, but Courtney and Josh apparently enjoyed it to the point where, you know, that's a staple in their relationship. I think all couples kind of find, you know, have a thing that they always refer to. Like, you know, me and my boo definitely have a thing that we'll always go back to that can tickle us, but it has nothing to do with a pickle. It don't have anything to do with a pickle. But, you know, to each his own. So yeah, so her idea is to get dropped off somewhere. She wants to get ducked off, and the best friend is gonna go pick Josh up, bring him back to the location, and she's going to be dressed like a big ass pickle. And you know, she even explained herself. She said, you know, I know it looks crazy, but you know, we're just corny and quirky like that. And you know, most girls would dress to the nine and put on a shitload of makeup, but it's like, why would I do that when I'm just gonna cry it off? Like, no, I would rather just keep on me some casual, comfortable clothes and put on this pickle outfit, because I can't cry off a pickle outfit. And I said, you're right, you're right. I mean, you know, you can get it a little wet, but it's not gonna come off. So you know, you have a point. And so they execute their plan from what we see. That is actually the cliffhanger for next week's episode, because it showed Josh getting picked up, and they didn't show his face, and then it just you could hear him saying like, where is she at? And I guess she's just supposed to jump out from behind this little concrete cylinder, and you know, say surprise with this big ass pickle costume on. I'm not sure if Courtney is actually gonna be able to is gonna be able to execute her plan exactly how she wants to, because at this point Josh is still walking around in his cell scratching his ass. He ain't even got picked up yet. He's not even thought about right now. They ain't even thinking about signing his paperwork to release his ass yet, and she's sitting out here on the pavement crying. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe today is actually the day that he's coming home. Oh my God, like, I've waited so long for this. And I'm just like, girl, he's not even, okay, just let him get there first. And the last couple that they gave us for for episode 1 is Mr. Stan and Lisa. Can you guess who the dummy is? I'll tell ya. The dummy is Stan. Stan is 65 years old. And, you know, he is dating him a hot tender thing named Lisa. Now, in this particular scene, they are, they're at the batting cage. Him and his homeboys is down to the batting cage. And so his homeboy Dash, now mind you, this is an old white man, okay? His homeboy Dash is, you know, throwing the ball in the batting cage. And after they get done doing that, he asks, like, you know, so what's been up on the dating scene? What's been up with, you know, with your little honey dips or whatever? So apparently they know that Stan likes them on the tender side, okay? And he was like, you know, since my wife Jean passed away, I've probably been on anywhere from 100 to 125 dates. And I said, Stan, let me find out you the face of Viagra. Let me find out. Because Stan is out here whipping. Stan. But anyway, Stan says that, you know, he just been out here doing whatever he can do. And then when he went in his confessional, he was like, yes, you know, I've just been out here looking for the one. And he was like, you know, if you want to know my net worth, I'm somewhere around 2.5 million, you know, somewhere there, you know, it fluctuated, changes. And I was like, okay, I can kind of go for it. I'm going to give Stan, I'm going to say that Stan is not a liar and that he is a millionaire only based off of the strength of his homeboys. Because his homeboys look like they got money as well. Because, like, a white man with money has a certain look. And that look is real plain. It's real plain. It's real dressed down. It's real, you'll never guess that I got money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still looking real clean and real put together at the same time. The friends was giving me that. Now, I'm going to tell you what threw me off about Dan. Because, I mean, I done called the man Dan. It's Stan. Stan the man. Not Dan. Okay? But, yeah, I'm going to tell y'all what threw me off about Stan. First of all, it was the toupee for me. That's just first of all. The toupee threw me off because I kept wanting to blow that bitch off. You know, run into him real hard and see it just kind of fly forward. You know, I just wanted it to do anything because I was sick of the motherfucking toupee. Okay, that was first of all with Stan. But then it was how he's dressed. Like, you're trying to be hip and cool. And, like, if I was your granddaughter, I would be so irritated with you, Stan. Like, I would just be like, Grandpa, give it up. Like, let it go. We all have to get old one day. And you have reached that point. You're there. You're not that guy anymore, okay? Gosh, you don't have to put on Abercrombie. It's okay to put on some motherfucking Doc Martens and do your shit. But no, Stan is not trying to let it go. But we'll give him that 2.5 million. I do believe that. I do believe that. Let's see. Stan says that him and Lisa is the inmate. Him and Lisa met online and he thinks that she is absolutely beautiful. He said that he has actually met Lisa before. Y'all didn't know that. that he has already met Lisa. And he said that, you know, they, on the first date, they was kissing and he smashed. He said he hit that, you know what I'm saying? And I guess apparently, you know, Lisa was pretty good because he out here looking for her in the daytime with a flashlight. And then he shows a picture of Lisa to the homeboys. So they was looking like, okay. So one of the homeboys' name is Jim and the other homeboy name is Dash. So Jim and Dash, they was like, oh, you know, she, what did they call her? Oh, Jim said, oh, she's healthy. So it was in one of the pictures that they showed with Stan and Lisa hugged up together. She was looking a little thick in the picture. And Jim was appreciating that. He was here for it. So at some point, Lisa ends up calling. And when she called, he's like, you know, hey, baby, how you doing? You know, I can't wait to see your beautiful face. And rah-da-da-da-da. And she was like, and he was like, I was just sitting here showing the fellas your beautiful pictures. And she said, oh, well, you know, I don't know what you're doing that for because I don't look shit like that no more. And he was like, huh, what do you mean? And she said, those pictures y'all are looking at, I look more like my brother right now. And he was like, oh, what you mean? Like you cut your hair off? Like, what's going on? And she said something about having some short hair. But y'all, I'm ready to see Lisa because if Lisa get out looking anything like, y'all, what the hell was Clint's girlfriend name? What the fuck was Clint's girlfriend name? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, if Lisa get out looking anything like Clint's girlfriend, somebody drop down below and leave me Clint's girlfriend name. Because, baby, if that wasn't no catfish, I don't know who was. Because mama got out wearing a 16, but by the end of it, she was wearing a -6. A -6. But if y'all remember Clint and his girlfriend, drop down in that comment section and please leave me her name because it done tickled me. It done sent me. But yeah, anyway, Jim and Dad, after Stan hung up the phone, they was both looking at him like, you know, you sure you not a sugar daddy and she's a sugar baby? Because just in that little bitty short phone call, she was saying something about some money. And he was like, honey, you gonna drain my pockets dry. And she said, I sure am. She ain't bite her tongue. Lisa is ready to get out and drain whatever she need to drain. And they done already smashed. So you know what I'm saying? Lisa is a dedicated hoe. Lisa is gonna go all the way with this motherfucking sugar baby thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna get the money and you gonna get the honey. So that way nobody can feel cheated out of nothing. And she's going to do as much as she can to get as many of these millions as she possibly can. So yeah, go ahead, make your prescription for your Viagra because she don't mind, you know, serving you up a little bit. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. She'll jump up on top of it. She'll give you a little bit in the car. You know, she might give you a little bit of gooseneck. Whatever you need, she got it as long as you got that black card. So yeah, y'all, that was it. Like I said, they did not give us all of the couples this episode. So, you know, in the future reviews, I still have some new couples to talk about. But so far, I am excited to see what's going to happen in this season. You know, they always show us the previews of the drama that's going to go on throughout the season. But I'm not going to waste my time getting excited about any of that. Because, you know, a lot of times the shit that they show us in the beginning will be some shit that we don't see till the damn finale. So, I'm not going to get too excited about that. But I will say that they showed a clip of DAONTE and his old lady in the bedroom, and she had on this little lingerie and she was twerking that ass for him. Now he talking all this shit about breaking her back in, and she ain't never been with no damn black man. But mama was twerking like, you know, either she done worked in a strip club before, or she lying like hell about being with no black man, because she ain't twerk like that for no white man. And I can put that on Kermit the Frog. That's who I can put that on. You ain't twerking like that for no damn white man. So, you know, we're going to get to her tea and figure out what's going on with that, because I did catch that on that clip. But other than that, these clips is not worth me talking about, because like I said, them things be way on down the line, and WeTV is not going to get me excited about something that I ain't going to see till 2 months from now. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, because y'all know I love me some Love After Lockup. But anyway, I'm gonna take my crazy ass to bed, and in the meantime, I want you to be happy, be healthy, be safe. This is your girl P Hope, and I will catch you in the next video. Good night, guys.